internally validated. This is a very, very important topic, man, especially if you're a people pleaser, if you're a nice guy, if you're just, constantly in that rabbit hole of like wanting to seek validation, wanting to crave attention rather than actually being at your most authentic self and just being, flowing, free, effervescent, effortless, lucid. Okay? So this is what we're going to be talking about today, man. And I think it's very, very important we start off like this. Number one, your mind craves validation. Your body craves validation. Your soul does not. Okay? Understand that first and foremost. I don't think your soul craves that on a deep level. Your soul on a deep level craves oneness, connection, infinity. Okay? Transcending your boundaries and your possibilities in this lifetime. Okay? So first of all, you have to understand that. And then as you're going into this understanding that, the mind is primarily focused on facilitating your ego, your body is keeping you safe and it's giving you social alliances with others, but your soul, it is completely and utterly self-sufficient and self-validated, okay? It is living in such a high paradigm that neediness, validation doesn't even come into the picture. Back in the days when I used to struggle with this, I used to expose it to the light, which means that if I ever experienced this feeling of craving validation, I would say it out loud. I really want to say hi to you because I'm craving your validation. Some people laugh at that, you know what I mean? It's like, some people will be like, what? Okay, hi, but at least it'll break you out of that weird thing that I'm resisting this validation thing, right, all the time. If you understand you're constantly seeking it and it's unsaid, it's hidden, it's gonna bother you more and more. But if you expose it to the light and you're like, yeah, I do want validation, everybody does, then you can actually set yourself free from this kind of closing in feeling, right? Because when you have a negative belief about yourself, you feel like you're constricting in your power, right? You're becoming slowly shrinking, oh no, right? You're like the Wicked Witch of the West seeing light, you're kind of just like fizzling out. But then, when you have a positive belief about yourself, it starts to expand and you start to notice this self-fulfilling prophecy more in the conversations that you start having, right? So you start knowing that within yourself, but you also start knowing it with others, right? Which is very, very powerful. So I understood there's something called a vibe avalanche, okay? And it comes through a subtle gesture amplification, okay? So it could be something just as a little smirk on your face as you're talking, right? That little smirk on your face can slowly turn into a smile. That smile can turn into a laughter, okay? And that laughter can turn into another aspect of a joke because that laughter let you, had you let go of something, right? The humor let you, let it out, right? And so now it's like you're back in the dojo again, right? So laughter is a really great one when you can look at your inner self, when you can look at your ego, we can point holes at your own ego and laugh, as well as the other person. You stop taking this game so seriously and you start playing, right? You call it the game because it's playful, it's fun, it's not meant to be taken super serious, okay? However, my spiritual journey is taken in a very, very astute academic approach in that way, right? So I understand that even something like communication could be bhakti to a communication deity, right? So it's really, really key how we can morph our own experiences to be more so social shamans rather than isolated, segregated, Even the word solitude has the word sol in it, and we understand we're solar beings, we're soul, right? And we can access these higher realms, actually. We can get a glimpse of what that feels like, right? I've been in the Pure Lands, they're flirting quite differently, you know what I mean? So that's what's up. Hey, what's good, Prosper? Good to hear from you, man. We got worried for a second. Okay, good to have you, bro. We are not our body or our mind. We are not our thoughts or feelings. It's our 3D experience. Absolutely. Right? Because your mind craves validation, Wendy. Your body craves that validation. Your soul, okay? Your 5D experience of this life doesn't. It knows it's self-sufficient. It knows it's just enough. It knows that it's fully connected to everything and everyone else, right? So you don't need to stress for that neediness, right? I remember when I had a really bad panic attack, like maybe 8 years back or something, right? And I was freaking out, and I called this one of my friends, right? It's like, bro, I'm freaking out. Like worried that the world is crumbling, you know, down. Like everything's closing in on me, right? I told him that. He's like, right now, notice where your focus is. Your focus is on everything crumbling down rather than the interconnectivity, the fact that you could even call me right now, right? So he told me, just adjust your mind towards the oneness. Adjust your mind from that separation, from that feeling of lack, from that feeling of, I don't know, I'm not good enough, I need to chase her, I need to get this, I need to have this. Instead of that, you bring it back. You speak to yourself like a parent would. Listen, you've got this. You've always had this, okay? This is just another reminder for you to start crushing it again. Let's go. And you start again, right? It's like a blank slate method, almost like you shut your brain off so that you can function and thrive in that flowing paradigm way more, okay? What had you guys worried? Oh no, man, it's just like your sister messaged us and all that stuff, and you know, we were just like, where is he, man? Where did Prosper go? Okay, good to know you're safe, bro, and that you're tapping in. Got that divine Rizz, absolutely, man, absolutely. Because you got to understand it ultimately, right? Like, if you are a 10 as a man, you deserve a 10, correct? But how are you judging yourself? How are you telling yourself that you're not? Right? You're constantly second guessing. That's one of the things I dropped at the full moon. It was second guessing myself. I actually wrote it down. It was, let me see if I can remember. Second guessing myself was one of them. Another one was like this idea of like constantly intellectualizing things, right? Rather than making it very, very like real, you know, raw, useful, practical, you know what I mean? Chilling with a chick right now, what's up? Nice. That's awesome, man. And that's the thing, like, you got to focus on building of the vibe, right? Instead of what this means to you, what is this experience, you know? How's it gonna work out for me? I need it to work out like that. Okay? So it's a constant inner tug of war that you'll start to notice whenever you have this thing of validation in your mind, right? Because if you're constantly trying to seek it, that's showing you and others that you're not giving it to yourself enough. I see a lot of people who just kind of badmouth affirmations and they push it away rather than actually, you know, amplifying it and using it as an echo chamber of mood shifting, right? Because in the moment, that's when you need to affirm things to yourself, to know that I've got this, right? Imagine you found yourself, right, your younger self as a kid in an elevator. You knew that you already survived, right, what they've been through. Right? Think about it like this. This was a very powerful mental exercise that I got from a previous business mentor of mine. It's powerful, man. Imagine your younger self, right, in an elevator. What would you need to tell them in that elevator pitch, right? Bro, what are you struggling with right now? Whatever that conversation is, just say it out loud in your head, right? You're like, I don't know, man, I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't have that, I need to chase that, I can't. And you, from your frame of mind, your higher self technically, your future self technically, speaking to this younger version of you, telling yourself it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine, actually, right? And being able to also maybe sell them on the journey or the paradigm that they truly need to set themselves on, right? And you can't force that, you can't impose your will on others, man, you know what I mean? Live and let live. However, at the same time, you understand you have this self-sufficiency, okay? Now, this isn't I can't rely on anyone, I can't depend on anyone. That's not what I'm saying, okay? I'm saying you give yourself a self-reliance and a guidance system so that you can crush it, so that you can keep moving forward, right? in this amazing frame of mind and reference. Now the non-neediness, like what do we really need, right? We have to ask ourselves this throughout the day actually, not just in the moments of panic or stress. What do we really need right now, right? Not what we want, not our desires, but our actual needs, okay? I need some water because I'm thirsty, right? I need a shelter. I need sleep to have a proper health, right? What do you need? And once you focus on the needs and those needs are fully met, you don't really have a neediness, right? Even a neediness for sex, right? That means your jerk off sessions are awful, bro, right? You're terrible. You're not even giving yourself pleasure. What are you talking about, right? If it's really that you're craving sex all the time and you can't even give yourself that pleasure, like, yo, that's messed up. But if you can do both, you don't have an attachment to both, you can crush it, you can jerk it, you can still be with another person, right? You can do it together, right? Then it's just a journey, right? Then it's no attachment towards the journey. Now you're not setting up all these parameters, right? I have to go through all of these parameters in order for me to laugh and crush it and not be attached to the, the outcome. That makes no sense, okay? So first of all, understand you can laugh it off. You can be in the present moment again by just chiming in of what's happening in front of you. Make fun in the light of the moment, of the conversation, of what's happening, the situation around you, okay? And understand that the circumstances don't define you, okay? The different circumstances that you're going through right now, they are not your definition of your identity, okay? I see way too many people who get caught up in the labels, okay? That's also because they're judging others so hard. That guy's a nerd, that guy's a dork, that guy can't do it, that guy can't do this, that guy can't do that. And then they do that same self-talk with themselves, right? Instead, you gotta gas other people up, so you gas yourself up, right? But if you gas yourself up, you gas others up too, right? And that's the thing. It's this internal chameleon, okay? I've talked about this quality before, but really start to get this, man. You're not going into an environment, like let's say you go to a specific venue, right? And that specific venue, it's like they have their own style of music, they have their own style of dress, right? Clothing, you need to be dressed a certain way to enter. All of that stuff, right? They have their own set of rules and dogma. Now, if you walk in there, like in a cardboard cutout box, right? With like a jester hat on, they're not gonna let you in there, right? They're gonna start judging you, what's with the cardboard, are you making fun of us? They're gonna get all these weird ideas, right? About you. But that has nothing to do with you. Do you realize that? Do you realize their judgment of you has nothing to do with you? Who cares if you have a cardboard box on, right? It's only important to them because in their venue, they don't want to see a cardboard box person inside of their venue, and therefore they're trying to preserve their own ego mechanism for that venue. You see, so it doesn't even have anything to do with you craving validation or you having to, sometimes you show up to a different place and they're like, those shoes don't work, or you can't have ripped jeans on, right? They have all these rules, especially in big cities, right? They have all these rules about getting into certain places and stuff. But again, if you fit the narrative, if you fit the structure, right? I remember in Delhi, I did a boot camp with Yadavir. It was very powerful because we went to summer house and we had to get into summer house. And it was very powerful because, man, these random girls were walking by and we're like, yo, come with us. We're trying to get in as well, right? And so we showed that we had girls coming in with us. There were just some random girls. But the perception was so that the bouncers looked and they saw, oh, these are high value men with lots of women. Let's let them in, right? And so sometimes you got to use these hacks, right? Sometimes you have to understand that the perception is stronger than the reality, right? Now, once I was in the venue, I was talking to girls and so forth and being around girls, but in the beginning, you have to kind of facilitate it, right? In order for you to just step foot into the place, Big Y, what's up, man? Good to connect once again. All is well. All is well. Yes. Busy day today, meditation session, study session, philosophy session. And then I have some sessions with students, with clients, and that's gonna be fun too, man. I love helping people, It's amazing. It's amazing when that can be my guidance system instead of, you know, I look for opportunities, not sales, right? A lot of people look for sales or the outcome. I'm looking at, you know, opportunities all the time. Opportunities for what? To cause an impact, you know? When's the meditation time? Oh, brother, it's what, I'm not guiding it. It's my dad's meditation group thing. So I'll just be attending. But we will do some guided meditations for the Primal Sutra group as well. Might even do it on a live sometimes. But yeah, just tap in, man. Just follow along. But yeah, I join these sessions because they're very, very grounding, man. They help me to stay really focused, you know, honed in. I'm not cold approaching that often, young villain, just because there's too many things going on right now. I'm mainly using Bumble and dating apps and, you know, Boo and Tinder and all that stuff. However, I am gonna start going out from July again. From next month, I'm gonna start cold approaching. When can I do ADAP program? When you turn 18, brother. I thought we discussed that. September. Okay. All right, man. Any other questions around this? I know I talked a little bit around this. What did I write down here? You were screening with much. Oh, you're screening them as much as they're screening you, right? Yeah. You're screening them as much as they're screening you. So that's the thing. You can't be like they're only judging me. You're also judging them. You're also screening them for qualities, right? They're going to be doing the same thing. But if you're internally validated on those things, because somebody, right? Do you think India is a good place for a night game? I think it can be. You just got to know what you're doing. Energy check or whatever comes to mind. Yeah. Yeah, I do like an energy check, actually. I actually pay attention to all my chakra points when I'm out. And I notice like, oh, my throat chakra is closed. And then what I do is just with my intention, I just imagine my energy there. Kind of like Reiki, I put my hand over it or I do something. And I imagine that the energy is expanding out, you know? All right, Prosper, what you can do is I can have you on as an intern, but you got to do some work for us, maybe help us with some reels and stuff, and that way you can join. But I'll discuss it with Ryan G first. Because I know you're highly committed and you're following along with the process, so it shouldn't be an issue. Just be careful with how you use the tech. I just want to say that. You know, don't put yourself into harm's way or anything like that, you know? And, yeah, man, if you can edit, just go through these videos, you know, just pull out some stuff. We're looking for more ways to promote this stuff, you know, and really make it bite-sized, you know? So people can really engage with this stuff, like they can get it, you know, they can get the concepts. So, yeah, almost like when you're needy, right? When you crave validation, you're almost saying to the other person, stop what you're doing and pander to me only, right? Your life is boring, your life is useless, there's nothing important going on by you, right? But now I need the attention on me right now, right? So that's that kind of strange, you know, dynamic that you notice in that. Love your consistency and growth, man. Keep showing up and dropping gems. Absolutely, man. I'm here to do just that. I'm here to splash wisdom tsunamis and just keep crushing it, you know? Keep splashing, keep showing up, you know? Shout out to Tony K, TK. Keep showing up, man. That's it. And on a deep soul level, you are not driven by desires or lust or validation or neediness, none of that, right? On a soul level, you're just free, you know? You're tapping into the limitless nature. You're noticing I'm talking to a divine being, right? A conscious witness in front of me, okay? Now she's saying some stupid joke or I'm getting distracted midway conversation. There are things happening that are the idiosyncrasies and, you know, random conversation hacks and random like things that distract you midway. Hey, that stuff happens, right? But you kind of have to have this essence of this, you know, you're in your own world. You're in your own dojo. Like you're kind of the distracted rock star, right? In your own world, doing your own thing, like really honed in, right? It doesn't even matter actually how other people perceive you at first. It's more so you're causing an impact, right? So I fist bump the guy working there, right? The bouncer, the person at the bar. I make friends with the people who are authority there. Always do that. Pay respect to who is in charge and who's around that place. Okay? And then you can slowly start saying hi to the other people, right? Bro, that's the thing. It's tough to balance the going on dates and business. That's why this month I just not going on many dates at all. Very rare. But yeah, it's tough, man. What you gotta really do is you gotta cue yourself, right? Before you go out, you gotta cue yourself. You gotta take yourself out of the business mind mode. Because when I'm in coaching mode, right, I can still flirt with girls in coaching mode. It's quite funny. But when you're in coaching mode or when you're in work mode, right, it's a different yang energy, right? It's a vibe. And when you are interacting with a woman, it's like, it's play, you know? Like one of my mantras is like, just play, just play, just play, just play, just play, just play, right? It's just like, that's just my mantra as I'm going out, right? Just Leela, right? Just divine play, divine play, divine play, divine play. And I constantly reframe that as I'm going out, you know what I mean? Because I have to drop that like professionalism or that ability to like, you know, really contain myself and like listen to people properly. Like, you know, there's this difference of vibe, right? At work and then when you're going out. I try to find the midpoint of that, the bridge of that, because they're both my characters, right? They're both versions of me that I have to alter in order for me to, you know, do that. Now, it's not about, you'll never find the time to do this, bro, okay? You have to make the time. You have to lock it in. Like, okay, next week. Or I'm like kind of like a hermit opportunist. So sometimes girls will like just invite me out. You know what I mean? They'll just be like, yo, come out. You haven't come out in like forever. And I'll be like, all right, where are we going? Right? Whatever, tag along, right? I know as a man you're supposed to make the rules and dates and whatever, but sometimes I just get summoned. Like Uncle Makara gets summoned, right? So just show up. That's fun. Oh, that's fun too, okay? But again, I'm trying to break out of that habit of like the hermit who just stays at home, rather the hermit that flows, that has babes, that brings them around. That's slowly the, you know, the energy that I'm slowly facilitating and building up, you know? You can play with your mate, but don't forget about your work. Absolutely, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and again, why are you working so hard is to, you know, it's your mating, it's your battle cry, right? It's your mating call. Okay? Most guys are in hustler mode because they think they can get babes like that, right? Okay? But really, you don't need to get yourself attached to a certain paradigm like that in order for you to crush it. Okay? I know way too many guys are stuck in one paradigm of realm. It's only about looks. It's only about the 401k or whatever, right? Like, yo, it's not about one or the other, right? And you see it with so many people, right? You understand it and you see it with so many people. There's a certain kind of energy and a vibe that we're wanting to create with this, and that's that Tantric Rizz. It's the interconnectivity with others. You get what I mean? Hey, good to see you, Oleg. Tapped in. Let's go. Are you aware of John Anthony lifestyle? A bit unhinged, but has some of the best game advice on cold approach online gaming. I've seen some of his stuff. It's okay, man. Like, my style of game is so different, so that's why I always go with AZD's style and tech, and I've learned from him. I've done most, if not all, of his beast camps, and you know, Yogi Chris actually made me lead IMC India, but I didn't follow through with that yet because I've just been so busy. But yeah, man, I honestly feel that I've watched so many game videos that it takes away from my own style, you know? Like if I start doing it like Jeffy or whatever, like or like some other game guy, game person, if I start pretending to be RSD Tyler, right? All right, everybody, right? I start like just amping myself up, right? Turn ginger. Maybe I did at one point. Okay. If I start pretending to be other people, if I start pretending like to embody the John Anthony tech, I observe it and I get influenced by it. I'll learn anything, right? I'll learn from anybody and anyone, right? I'll learn from a 12-year-old kid who knows about crypto or whatever, right? Like, hey, straight up, if you're an expert in that, if you know what you're talking about, I'm gonna listen. I'm not gonna bypass that, right? Oh, that's schizo. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's beta information. I don't want to listen to that. I'm never like that, right? So I'll learn from anybody, right? Even if I despise them, I'll still learn from them. That's the level of commitment that I have towards self-acceleration and growth, right? And I've spent a lot of money on self-improvement, you know, over the years. A lot of money, right? So eventually, after a certain point, it's kind of like all hardwired, you know? It starts to make sense towards the character, and then you start to move with it with a lot more clarity. And I notice a lot of it is character development work, right? It does come down to that. A lot of it is you understanding where your edge is at. Like if I'm able to not even accept myself as that amazing state, how am I going to access those powerful experiences of, you know, meaningful micro seduction that I lead throughout my day, throughout my life, right? There's moments of micro seduction where you just make eye contact with someone, or you know, you like there's a little smile or a glimpse or a glimmer, like or just like you're looking at someone and you guys have an inside joke, but you just don't even know that you have an inside joke. Or there's this weird mystical underground backwards Venusian world that's happening, right? This moon mind, this Saturnian mind. There are these entities and energies that you have to play with sometimes, and then you understand this game a lot different, right? Like I can understand, I can see a woman's angel and their demon at the same time. You know, I can access that. We all have parts of that within ourselves, right? It's like, I always tell girls, you know, it's a powerful line. Don't take it from me, bro. This is like something that I say, but I say, girl, you are like hellfire and holy water at the same time. You know, depending on how others treat you, huh? And then I go on from there, right? But honestly, girls don't want to be treated like they're just pretty little princesses, and they don't want to be treated like badasses either. They need to be treated as a combination of both, the dark feminine and the divine feminine. Okay? Yeah, Prosper. Not once have I ever broken down another man's game because I understand I'm different, so I have to figure out what works for me. That's everybody, man. We all got to figure it out. What is our own style? What is our own way of doing this? And we're only going to learn by doing it, you know? We're going to learn by being in the field, understanding what's going on, you know? Creating tribe. It's better to go out with a tribe. That's why I want to move to either move to the Netherlands to be with Ryan G, or I don't know. I want to create a tribe around this, right? Slowly. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out, man. And once that, it's much easier to go out with a pack, right? Like a wolf pack. Imagine going out with like 7 dudes, right? Your team, your tribe, your entourage. Much better than going out alone. Going out alone, it sucks, dude. I've done it for a while, but it's not fun. It feels like a burden almost at times, right? Because you're like carrying on all of these things yourself. You know, you're not finding that transference that you can, you know, you can pawn off a girl to your friend, or you're like, there are these moments where you can just like, you know, a wingman or help. Like, there's no opportunities for that with just complete strangers, right? And so you have to start to come back to your power again. Really, that's what it is, right? You have to know that you're self-sufficient, you can handle yourself, you're completely independent and codependent at the same time, right? You're interdependent in a sense. You're not codependent, right? You understand there's this reciprocity taking place, and again, why are people at that place? Why are people socializing with you? They want to bond, okay? Now, some people might say, oh yeah, they're there to bow chicka wow wow, man, you know? But it's like, really though, underneath all of that, they're there to bond. Think about it, okay? Yeah, man, that's what I mean. Even one other person is fine. And sometimes I'll do that. I'll like make friends with someone in the venue or something too. Or I'll call one of again, all my friends like are abroad here. They're not in Kolkata, you know what I mean? I have my students and clients, but I'm not gonna game with them, I don't think so. Unless they, I don't know, if they double down and they join the ADEPS program and they're like, yo, I wanna, you know? Let's go, boot camp time, okay? I was thinking of doing a boot camp in Delhi actually, so I don't know if you're in Delhi or you're around Delhi. Maybe we can meet up, you know, could do a little meet up. But yeah, I used to be a solo type of person, but I think everyone needs a mate, yeah. Yup. Long-term plans to move to US, Canada, maybe, man, I don't know, depending on the election, depending on a bunch of things, you know? Depending on, I'm actually gonna apply to Canada, hopefully to do a program there, either a PhD program or some kind of a program there, man. I'm looking towards connecting with the theater, applied theater programs there, because I really am fascinated by the tech, you know, the tech of theater, you know. It's not a fancy suit, Kim. This is a blazer, okay? It's because I'm headed out to work after this. I was just feeling it, you know? I was just like, yeah. Laser Day, okay? Some people celebrate Laser Day. What is Laser Day? Okay, some people celebrate Labor Day, and I celebrate Blazer Day. All right. Canada lame as hell. Isn't worth it. Last question: when the script's coming out with new music? Man, it's been annoying, bro, because I actually I was waiting for such a long time to get into this whole Monk Life Records thing, and I haven't heard from Zay, and he hasn't given me any word on it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna start just making music now. I think from next month or August, probably. But yeah, man, I hate waiting for people to give me approval to do shit, you know? It's like, I just want to fucking create music and do my own thing, you know, and not wait until I'm associated with like a brand or a label or something, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to, I mean, we can create some music right now, straight up. Only thing bad about Canada is health insurance, medicine. Well, my parents are doctors, right, Kim? So that shouldn't be an issue. And associated with the Canadian embassy in some way. So it's easier for me to go to Canada than US, just in general. I know it's not the best place, it's lame. But I'm sure they're cool people there as well, irregardless. They're cool people anywhere, you know, so you can find them. But yeah, I'm gonna try to come to the US. I wanna move to Vegas, that'd be awesome. To be with MC Nation, that'd be kinda cool. But yeah, man, I want to be able to move there, definitely. I don't want to be like in some job there that I don't like, you know what I mean? And just wasting my time away just to get, you know, the social aspect of things there. Or, you know, I don't want to sacrifice. I know I have to ultimately sacrifice a lot to be there. So again, it's like, I got to still take care of my parents over here, right? Maybe that's hardwired into my brain, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know? Oh my God, you got money. I got money. Young Mola, baby. Like, do you think Lil Wayne ever craves validation, right? Hey, bro, I honestly think Europe is gonna be the dopest because it's a place which hasn't really had a spiritual revolution yet. You guys sense that? Like, yes, there's some of it. It has been there. But usually, like, spirituality spreads to somewhere like, I don't know, California, right? Somewhere. And they just run with it, do yoga there, right? Meditating with eyes closed or open, yeah, it definitely has a difference because I mean, closing your eyes puts you in alpha waves, right? And if you have your eyes facing up even, it's your visual cortex, your visual field, right? So yeah, does it make a difference? I would say if you fall asleep while meditating too easily, just do it with your eyes slightly open. Therefore, you're getting that little hint of light coming in, keeping you awake. Come link your boy Prosper. Where are you at, Prosper? What state? All right, guys, I'm gonna end this soon. So tap in, ask questions if there are any. Maybe I'll tap into some of my musical deities that I connect with, you know? That way I'll tap in back into the musical realms again. Energy check before you leave. All right, let's do it. Do you give me permission, Prosper? I'm sure you do. Yes. Okay. Oh, there are crows outside. Dang. Okay, that's saying a lot. Okay. Okay. 1, 2. Ah. Yeah, man, I would say work on your heart and third eye. Those are the two. So with your third eye, you create intention. With your heart, where you're creating feeling. It seems to me that people have... I would wear an evil eye, bro. See if you can get an evil eye. There seems to be a lot of people's eyes on you for some reason. Either it could be entities, deities, it could be your own family, it could be other people, you know, projecting onto you or whatever. But yeah, I would definitely check in with that. You can get any dragon symbolism. We work with the dragon path working with... because it's so powerful, man, it's just, it cuts through all the BS, you know? So you can get a dragon eye or something like that. That helps as well. But yeah, that, I mean, your third eye and your heart chakra are going to help you to move energy around more, you know, so work with that. Set your intention on your different chakras and just either expand them out or, you know, try to practice going like this, up and then down, closing them down when you go to sleep, you know, and so forth. Tiamat. Tiamat, interesting. Where is the best city in India for a night game for new visitors? I would say Delhi, bro. Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, any of the big cities. I wouldn't recommend Kolkata, to be honest with you. It's literally the same places people go to, okay? But yeah. Always 2 in the morning. Yeah, it's 2 in the daytime here. Miss Bucket. Don't split it up like night game, day game, bro. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, but I don't like to say, oh, it's a night game, social circle game. It's all game. Game is game. Game is life, bro. You know? Don't segregate it like that. Like, I'm only good at speaking to people when I'm drinking alcohol or, you know, going out at night. And my melatonin is more active, right? Oh, it's nighttime now, so now my melatonin can tap into my third eye in order for me to actually tantric. No, don't be like that. Okay? Don't give yourself a permission like that. Like, you can go out in the day and talk to people. You can go at night. You can go in dawn, okay? Dawn gamers. They only game when the sun is setting or whatever. Dang. Okay? Daywalkers. Ooh. Okay? Zombie game. NPC game, right? And I don't do that like, oh, excuse me, I just seen you from far away and I just noticed that. Immediately you spike her anxiety. You just spike her anxiety immediately. Why are you looking at me from far away, and why are you explaining that you were looking at me? Like, what? Right? Were you suggesting evil eye remover? You could do that too, yeah. By Quotable. Do you have any mantras or mind frames to help you interact with girls better? Yes. Should I give you this? This is very secret information, so I don't know. Yeah, it's saying it's fine. Okay. One mind frame is that she's entering my dimension. That's one frame I have. And one mantra I could say is Om Klim Kamaya Namaha. That increases your pleasure, your desire, your horniness, your that ability, you know? That ability. It's like gonna make you tap into that invisible libido energy that's within you and within her, you know? With that beard. Bro, he just said he's with a girl. What do you mean? Oops, I just spelled coffee on myself. That was an autistic moment. But I enjoyed it. I think it was meant to be. Okay. Alright, guys. Again, don't focus on maintenance either. Leave that word out, right? Don't... She's too high maintenance. She's too low maintenance. She's... bro. Maintain thyself. You got this, okay? The maintenance is internal. You are Vishnu. You're living in this dream, okay? Let's get it. Yep, absolutely. Go and touch grass, okay? Go and do it. Get it done. Upward Spiral Gang, may we never be the same again. Stay legendary. You got this. We got this. May the flow be with you. I'll see you in the astral. Let's tap in.